everybody, it's Tony here with Off the Highway, and I'm sitting with my good friend Tim Soerens. Tim Soerens is the author of the book, The New Parish, How Neighborhood Churches Are Transforming Mission, Discipleship, and Community. That's Tim Soerens right there, the handsome man sitting in front of me. Tim, I got a question for you. You are a master, an advocate, I would say, of the new parish. So Tim, I'm going to set something up really quickly. There's sort of a dichotomy out there. On one side, there's the sort of big commuter, large parking lot church that people drive to, sometimes in the suburbs. And on the other side is this idea of a community church, or I would say a neighborhood church, a parish church, very local, maybe even walking distance kind of local. People walk to church, right? I want you to comment on how you think this local church uniquely nurtures the human soul.
Well, that's a lovely question. I have your answer.
Okay.
Well, think about it this way. How you frame the question, I would have a little bit of issue with, actually, because when you set up the larger church over and against the smaller church, and both are within the frame of going to somewhere, that would negate the possibility of actually being the church in our everyday, ordinary lives. So what does that have to do with the human soul? Well, we can't be human, literally, outside of a relationship. And because we exist in gravity, because we do our lives in actual places, I think we need to reimagine what it means to be the church in our everyday life.
Okay.
Now, in the context of at least North America, that's profoundly fragmented along individualism and consumerism. I can think of very few things that would be a better antidote to some of the most pernicious problems of our day than learning how to be the church together in the neighborhood. One last piece on that, and that is, if you kind of scroll up a little bit and think about kind of larger cultural realities, you have one kind of perspective that might say, how do we heal things? How do we make things better? Well, at the end of the day, it is pulling yourself up from the bootstraps, you as an individual, working hard and making it work. And there's great validity to that. But there's great fallout of that too, if that becomes a dominant way of thinking. Then there's another side that says there are massive systemic inequalities. Those need to be rectified through large, usually federal agencies. And there are validities to that, of course. But the thing in the middle is life together. The thing together is community. And I feel like, at least in North America, that's been profoundly fractured. And so the new parish is in part trying to say, how do we recover this way of being the church together in everyday life, which ultimately is not just about the church. It's actually about how do we recover what it means to be human.
So you think the church is about recovering what it means to be human?
Yeah, I think so.
And points for Pernicious, by the way. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it. That is Tim Soerens, good-looking author of The New Parish. Thanks, Tim, for your time.
Thanks, Tony.